Hey guys, Jake at Nache Athletics here. Some of you, and probably all of you, have noticed that we have switched up our programming lately to Thrivistry programming. And Thrivistry programming is put on by Jeremy Jones, and he has been around the sport of functional fitness for a long time and has coached some grid league teams, has coached a number of teams that have gone to the CrossFit Games. And he puts out this programming through Thrivistry. And I just want to talk for a second about one, why we made the switch, and then two, one little nuance of something to pay attention to in the daily programming. So why do we make the switch to Thrivistry? For a long time we were following a different programming track, and it was more for higher level athletes, and it wasn't really geared towards everyday programming at a gym for the everyday person who wanted to come in and just kind of get a good workout in and just sweat. What this new programming allows us to do is to really meet people where they're at, gives us a much better base to get people in shape that just want to come in and increase their fitness to be able to go out and enjoy their lives. We have much better scaling options. We have a lot more resources around the programming as far as the point of what we should be trying to accomplish each day, and how we should be working with people of different ability levels. And so I'm really excited about the options that this programming provides, and I think over time you all will be too. The one thing that I wanted to touch on today, and I'm going to come back with some other videos talking about some other nuances in the programming, but the one thing that I wanted to dig into today was on the daily programming. What you'll notice going forward now is that every day we have a context for why we're doing what we're doing. And you're either going to see one of three things appear in the context each day. When you look at the programming, it's going to say practice, it's going to say competition, or it's going to say mental toughness. And then it's going to have a link here that gives you some videos that you can go watch talking about practice, or talking about the art of competition, or talking about how to be mentally tough. And most of the days when you come in here, we're going to be doing practice days, and I think this is super important to kind of shift the mindset of how you come in and approach your training each and every day. So the goal really shouldn't be to come in and beat your head against the wall and be going all out all the time every day. Nobody can keep that pace for the long run. So most days are going to be these practice days, and on these practice days the goal is really to kind of dive into one part of the programming that you really want to focus on, or a couple of things, and just focus on quality of movement. The clock will be running, we'll be keeping track of reps, but really the overall goal on these practice days is quality of movement. So if you're struggling with a particular movement, on those practice days, that's the time to really scale back, drop the weight, move down in the progression, in the regression or progression, to step down a notch to a level that you really feel comfortable at, and just practice moving well, and work at your level where you can move really well. And that should be the goal on these practice days, is moving well. So when you see that as the context for the day, you know that's our intent for the day. Competition days are where we're going to try to make it fun, and we're going to have we're really going to be trying to get the best score possible, and those are going to be kind of like testing days, or like days where you really are trying to push the pace. And then mental toughness days are going to be days where, you know, we're really trying to we're going to go hard, but we're really trying to bump up against some mental blocks that we might have. And it might be like, well, I've never run a 400 all the way. Well, today, like one of these intervals, we're running the full 400, whoever you are. Or, I'm usually when I do sets of 20 wall ball shots, I break it up in 10 and 10, or 5, 5, 5, 5. And today, at least one of those rounds, whoever you are, I want to see a set of 20 wall ball shots. I know it's going to be tough, but I want you to do it. So finding ways to kind of get around some of the mental blocks that we've kind of inherently built up around ourselves on those mental toughness days. So you'll see those contexts when you look at the programming each day. Look at them, ask questions about them, use them as you come in and approach your training each and every day. Thanks, guys.